they'll all be in yellow, so it's done well for the merchandisers at least.
That's lovely. And I tell you what's really nice about this trophy as well, the amount of youngsters you get coming to Wembley. You know, sometimes it's very difficult to get tickets. We watched that yesterday with Chelsea Middlesbrough. Tickets were very scarce indeed. But in a game like this, hopefully we're going to have a 20,000 plus crowd, and I hope these children here really savour it and enjoy it.
Well, both clubs have been selling tickets. Reckon they'd sold about 15,000, but it is an occasion where supporters can come in and pay on the day, which should top the attendance up. Whitby Town have had their lap of honour here recently. Chelsea had their lap of honour here yesterday, and now a very proud Ted Hardy preparing to lead out Dagenham and Redbridge on the left, and Geoff Chapple, the Woking manager, both of them very experienced at this walk. It's the fourth time that Ted Hardy has been here as a manager, and it's the third time in 4 years that a smiling Geoff Chapple has led his Woking team out for the FA Umbro Trophy final.
This is when the old nerves, the legs and nerves are jangling. Some of the younger players will be thinking, you know, come on, I've got to play well today. And there might only be 20,000, but the roar of sound, it'll be deafening to some of the inexperienced younger players.
And they're ready to experience it now. The Dagenham players coming right out in front of their supporters, who are at the tunnel end. They're looking down on Glyn Crease's ball pate, the goalkeeper Paul Goffart's too. They both have their heads shaved for the occasion as they come out into the sunlight at Wembley. They've already been around pre-match, drinking in the atmosphere, and no doubt about it, whatever the size of the crowd here, it always is a very special occasion.
Another lovely sunny day, beautiful weather for Wembley. Not as humid as yesterday. A lot of these fans here really savouring it. I'm sure there's a few West Ham fans in amongst them.
And it's Chapel leading out the Cardinals at Football's Temple. Many of these players have actually played here before. Woking have a few survivors from the team that played here a couple of years ago, but the majority of the 22 that will be starting haven't actually played in a competitive fixture here at Wembley, so it's an all-new experience for them, and it's an experience intensified by the special nature of the guests to whom they'll be presented. Pele's here, Gordon Banks is here, who'll be presenting the trophy at the end, and both sets of managers and players have been keen to acknowledge the level of support that they have attained. Well, a pitch that was yesterday graced by the talents of Di Matteo, Juninho, Zola and Emerson will today be given over to men of similar driving ambition, but who supplement their income with other jobs as diverse as teaching, banking, window cleaning and working at a fish market. And here come two men who are well used to the big stage and the big occasion. They were warmly received earlier when they were presenting semi-professional caps to the players who have played for England. And now Pele goes straight along the Dagenham and Redbridge line. Glyn Crease, the captain, number 6, taking the presentation party. What an honour it is for these players, not only to turn out here, but to meet this legend.
Oh, what a player, eh? It's lovely to see him alongside Gordon Banks. There seems to be a tremendous affinity between the two players. But he seems to love it when he comes to Wembley, Pele.
Well, he was here yesterday, of course, for the FA Cup final, watching the talents of Juninho. But the great thing about him is his appetite for the game at whatever level, and he's approaching today's match with just the same enthusiasm and offering such encouraging words to the players.
It's superb. And what a nice man Gordon Banks is. Always got a smile on his face. And he'll never forget that great save.
Yes, we saw the presentation of a picture of that great save earlier, signed by Pele. And now they go across to meet the Woking team. We've been through much of this before. Actually, it's a reacquaintance with the Woking team for Gordon Banks, because he was one of the boys of 1966 that turned out at the recent opening of their new stand. So he's meeting a lot of these players, certainly not for the first time. Pele just having a little word there with Steve Thompson.
You watch this in a minute. He's going to say to Clive Walker, "Are you still playing?" Great moment for Clive.
And for Andy Ellis. Scott Steele, who's played and scored here before. I wonder how that moment compares with meeting Pele and Lawrence Batty, the goalkeeper.
I think he'd have been happy yesterday, Rob. His beloved Chelsea winning. Lawrence Batty.
A good moment too for the referee, Jeff Winter, who's watched 20 successive FA Cup finals since 1977. He was here yesterday and at last gets his chance to referee in a match at Wembley. Having been right along the line, the presentation party, which also includes the FA's Keith Wiseman and Graham Kelly, are getting a slightly better reception today, and they line up for the national anthem. Crowd here in good voice, so too the players. And let's have a look at the teams in this FA Umbro Trophy final. And Woking have used 18 players to get to the final.